The key characteristics of a residential learning community are residents, having some type of learning component, and of course having a strong building component. So the three components of the name, I think, are vital, but the way that they're enacted, I think, is really important.
I think that the key characteristics of residential learning communities are, first, that they are living together. The students who are grouped together in a learning community share something like the same floor, the same house, the same part of a residence hall.
Residence means home. That might mean the home for students, and for students that it feels like a home. Home for community members, so university staff, university workers, from custodians to dining services, to residence life staff. I love being a faculty in residence, so for me, my home is the university, and at the same time, the university is welcome in my home. So the residence part is very strong for me.
Another key aspect is that they are committed to learning. So they are learning something, they have learning objectives of some kind or learning outcomes that are somehow measurable. And those learning outcomes don't need to be connected to an academic discipline, but they need to be connected to something that is either curricular or co-curricular in nature.
The question right now seems to be whether or not curricular, academic, and intellectual experiences are all the same thing. And so in talking with folks, certainly Karen Inglis suggested that in practicality, courses for credit may not be as critical as she thought. Others have suggested that they are important, or faculty presence is really what's important. Whether or not that academic component is actually course-based, I think, is really up for debate right now.
The learning, as a professor, I often feel like learning happens, I started off feeling like learning happens within a classroom, but since living in residence, I see all the ways learning is happening in the spaces between classroom and social life, the ways students are learning how to be adults. The transition to college is a really important time, and students learn, faculty and staff and other students model adulthood for new students at the university, and that is a really important type of learning that may actually be more important than classroom learning. And so residential learning communities do that modeling work as well as the teaching work of how to be a citizen, how to be a good learner, how to be a student, how to be really smart and have fun at the same time.
And I would say a third key aspect of residential learning communities is that there's a focus on the community development of those students and on the social development and personal development of those students. Sometimes that's achieved through curricular means, sometimes it's achieved through co-curricular means.
And community is bringing all of that together. Building strong communities is really the heart of the education work I do, whether it's in first-year writing courses, which is my primary commitment, whether it's in teaching English to speakers of other languages, working with future teachers, whether it's in the residential learning community. So community is central to all of it being effective.